What's up, guys? Back with another video, and like I said, I came as promised. I gave you guys a story time today. Now, this story time came to me when I was watching somebody else tell a story on YouTube. If you guys haven't heard of Luna, please go find him on YouTube. He's a great guy. He tells great stories, and pretty much I got this idea from him, and I haven't watched him in a while. Like I started watching him, I think, 2 months ago, because I stopped watching some of my old YouTubers and to the point, but he would tell stories how he would like run from people or have encounters with homeless people, which I had, I think, one encounter or like two. But this story takes place like when I was, I think, I was still in middle school, so I think I was 14, 13, I believe. I think no, I was in high school. Yeah, because my older brother. Because my older brother, he would like he didn't go start going to abandoned houses before. He was started like like doing stupid stuff for his friends, like ding dong ditch, or like I don't think he egged anybody's house, so he never did that. But he would do crazy stuff with his friends, and I would hear about it, and I would want to do stuff with him. But he didn't want me to because he knew if I got in trouble, my parents would have his ass, and my dad would kill him if I got in trouble. But I'd always wanted to do what he did because I wanted to be cool, and I didn't really have many friends back then because I was like shy, I was nervous, and I always thought I was annoying. I'm not like that anymore. Like I can talk to people, but I'm not good at making friends still because I'm just shy and I think like, oh, am I annoying or should I talk more, talk less? That's how I thought back then. That's how I think now a little bit, but I've gotten better. But I would always want to talk to my brother's friends, and I was cool with one of his friends. I forgot his name, but he was really cool to me. But my brother, Steven, that was my older brother's name. He would always try to. What's that word? What's that word? What's that word? Try to. I can't. I know the word. I just can't say it because I'm slow right now. But he would always try to like add me in or like include. Yeah, include me. Why did it take so long to say that? I'm sorry. He would always try to include me into the stuff he did because I would always like tell my mom because he would get mad at me. I would tell my parents, like my mom or dad, and like my mom or dad, and he would always get mad because I would say like he's not including me because I would always want to hang out with my older brother and my younger brother. He didn't really care. He did his own thing. He had friends. Like that's why like I kind of just stuck with my older brother because my younger brother was good at making friends. I wasn't. I did have friends, but they weren't like friends. They were kind of like people I just talked at school, did hang out after school or like hang out with because I sucked at making friends. So my older brother Steven's friends were kind of my friends. That's how it was. And when he started doing like going into abandoned houses, he would always tell me, and I would like tell to myself like, "Wow, that sounds fun. I should really do that." And I had asked him about it once, like, "Can I join?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Why?" I was I'm like, "I'm a little older. I can try to do." It. He's like, "No, because if I get in trouble, mom and dad are gonna yell at me. I don't hear it." And I would always try to make him feel guilty. Like I would like kind of cry and throw a tantrum because I was like that. I guess like at 14, I just acted like a child. I don't know. I was not a good like kid back then or a person. I was just kind of annoying. Less annoying now. I'm a good person to be around. Like talk less, but I always try to make him feel guilty, and I always try to get him to do things with him because I would always get bored. And sure, I could always just play on the PlayStation because I did have like a PS3 back then. Like I don't, PlayStation 4s were popular back then, but I had like my uncle's PS3, and I would always play that. But I always wanted to hang out with my older brother, and his friends would always tell me like, "Hey, like it's probably not a good idea, or you get in trouble." And his friends would always try to get like do other stuff like at school or like try to like hang out or like kick back. But I wanted to try abandoned houses because I thought to myself it would probably be fun and excuse me, it would probably nothing would happen. But I think there's two incidents. But the first incident was where the first abandoned house that we went to was like I think a block away from the school. So me and my brother got me because I think he went to pick me up, and he had two of his homies with him. So he came to me. He's like, "Hey, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna go to this abandoned house, and you're gonna be cool and just follow our lead, and we're not gonna get in trouble." And that's what I did. Like I followed his leads, and I was kind of nervous. I was scared, and his friend saw that. He's like, "Hey, don't be scared, man. Like it's all right. Like nobody's in here. We checked it out. It's good." And we actually went in. I was scared, but it was like a little crack in the, like not crack, but like the window was kind of boarded up, but somebody like took the wood off. It was already off, so we just jumped in, looked around, and there was like a bunch of stuff piled in there, like so much like garbage and like old clothes, boxes, and we were there for like I think 30 minutes, and it was like, hey, we gotta go home, and it was like that, not that bad. But then another time when I was walking with my older brother home, we saw the same house that we went to. I think like 2 weeks had passed, and we walked past it, and there was people I think in there, and I still to this day I don't know if they live there or at cleaning it out or they just went there just to sleep because a whole bunch of homeless people would go in there, sleep, and like just because they had no place to go. And there was a kind of a homeless issue back then. There still is now, but back then it wasn't as bad now as it is like today. But I thought to myself, I was like, wow, like if we picked a different day, we probably would have got caught. And that was like kind of not the I didn't really encounter them, but I was close to encountering them. Now the second one, that that's a different takes a different turn because again I'm in high school now. A few like a years passed, and I made some friends. Like I kind of got into out of my inner bubble. Talked to some friends. My brother's friends were still my friends a little bit. Talked to them a little bit, and there my brother was still like a doing his like teenage stuff, like not listening, just doing what he wanted, like with his friends. And I when I remember it, it was this abandoned house. Like I was like staying with my uncle at the time and my grandma because it was closer to the school. So when I think I was like walking with my brother. We came out of school, the high school. We were walking to my uncle's and grandma's house, and we were walking by like it was by a park. Like the house was like across from a park because it was like really close to each other. And there was this abandoned house. There was like a fence around, like you know those fences like when people like build it like not to stay out, but like this like you like what I mean. There was a fence there on the side of the house, and my brother's like, "Hey, you want to go in there?" I was like, "Sure," and like I didn't care, and I was like, "There's probably nobody in there." And I think we went in there. I think either we it was me and my brother or his friend. I can't really remember, but I remember specifically the first time we went in there. We went to the back. We hopped over the fence, and there was like a little like board at the bottom of the house because the it was on top of I think something holding the house up, so it's like stable. And then somebody broke it off. We went in there, and I remember when I crawled in there after my brother, I think maybe his friend, I can't remember, but when I looked in there, and the floor was like when I looked up, the floor was like literally a hole in it. Like the wood was like old, and there was like nails, and there was a sleeping bag in their corner. And when I saw that, I instantly knew like we should probably get the fuck out of here. And my brother was like, "No, no, he's not here. Like it's fine." And I was like, "Dude, we got to get the fuck out of here because if the guy comes back, we're gonna be screwed, and I don't want to get in trouble." And literally, like he saw my panic. He's like, "All right, let's go." So me, my brother, I think his friend was there. We all came out. We all came out of the house, and we went home. And the next day, we passed by the house again, and I I can't lie on this. Like I shit you not. There was a homeless guy on a bike, and he came up behind us. He rode behind us, and we were walking home. He's like, "Hey, you guys." He was like, me and my brother turned around, and his friend was walking with us, and we turned around. The guy's like, "Did you guys go in that abandoned house yesterday?" I was like, "So?" He's like, "Yeah, it's illegal. Do you guys go in there? Like, I'll call the cops." And my brother's friend was like literally looked at him. He's like, you know it's illegal to go in an abandoned house that you're not supposed to get in, right? And the homeless guy knew that. He just wanted to scare us, but my brother Steven and his friend didn't care at all. So the homeless guy's like, "Oh, I want to tell the cops." He's like, "Oh, go ahead, because you're gonna get in trouble." And the guy just didn't say anything, got on his bike, and just ran somewhere else. And that was pretty much it. I went home, and I was like, I told myself when I slept, like when I went to bed, I was like, I'm never going to that house again. And I told my brothers, like, we're never gonna go to that house again. And what do you say? Stuff happens, and the third time, like third time's the charm. So me and my brother Steven and his friend, same friends last time that the homeless guy talked to us, like kind of warned us not to go in there. My brother was like, "Hey, let's go in there again." And I was like, "No." I was like, "He's like, what? Come on, man, don't be a wussy, don't be a pussy." He's like, "Dude, no, I don't want to go in there." And I was like, "Dude, I'm going home. You guys do what you want. I'm gonna go home. I got homework to do." So I turned around. I walked. I was walking. I was literally like 2 minutes away from my uncle's and grandma's house, and they went. I was walking. I was like, I didn't care. And not even 2 minutes after, like I was halfway, like in front of the apartments, all I saw, I looked, I turned around, I saw my brother and his friend running, and I only saw his friend dip, like literally Usain Bolt across the street to the McDonald's parking lot. And my brother looked at me, he's like, "Run!" And me and him were running. We literally both ran to my uncle's and grandma's house. We went in, and then I don't think nobody saw us. We went in there, and we chilled out. We looked out the window. He didn't follow us. And my brother, he like looked at me, like he went here, like he's like, "Hey, come here." And I walked him to the kitchen. He's like, "Never tell anybody we went to that house. If anybody asks, we went home. That's it." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "No matter what, that's the story. Stick to it." I was like, "All right, man." And the next day, I asked him, I was like, "What happened to the abandoned house, bro? What happened to the abandoned house, bro?" He's like, "That homeless guy, him and his friend were in there, and me and him and his friend went in there." He's like, "We went in there, we opened it, we were gonna go in and check it out again, and all we saw was that guy." He's like, "Hey!" And my brother's friend and him dipped, like literally crawled back out. Both his friend jumped over the thing, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I think it is. My brother literally said he ran and dolphin dived over the fence, like did a roll and got up and ran with a backpack on. Literally dolphin dived over the fence, literally, and cut his arm a little bit. It wasn't bad, but he said, no matter what, we're never going back to the house again. And we took a different route home. And I think a few years after the house was taken down, it was like literally not there anymore. Like to this day, it's not there anymore. We didn't see the homeless guy ever again. And my brother's like, he's like, "Thank God you went home, because if you were there, like I don't know how that would have ended." I was like, "Yeah, like I didn't want to go, bro." He's like, "It's all right. Like we're never gonna go to abandoned houses again." And then after that, I kind of just stopped, because I was like, "Yeah, this whole abandoned house thing isn't for me. Like I'm sorry, I can't do it." And that was it. Like I never went to abandoned houses. I didn't really go with my brothers anymore. I just sticked with like sticked in my lane, and that's it. Like that's how it happened. But moral of the story is, don't act like your older brother or older sibling, because that's what's gonna happen. And trust your gut. If you think something's gonna happen, trust it and do what you got to do. But hope you guys enjoy the story time. I do got other ones coming up, I think, but thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. And also, let's get to 50 subscribers. Peace out.